Christopher Columbus, the journey that changed the world. My dear friends, today I want to take you on a journey. It is the story of a man who dreamed of something bigger than his world. His name was Christopher Columbus. Many people know his name. Some people celebrate him. Some people criticize him. But one thing is certain: his journey changed the world forever. As you listen, you will not only learn history, but also learn life lessons. Because Columbus's story is not only about ships and oceans, it is also about dreams, courage, mistakes, success, and the power of never giving up. Christopher Columbus was born in the year 1451 in the city of Genoa in Italy. Genoa was a busy port city. Ships came and went, carrying goods from different lands. As a boy, Columbus would watch the sailors. He saw the sails rise, the ropes pulled, and the ships disappear into the horizon. And in his young heart, a fire started to burn. He wanted to sail. He wanted to explore. Columbus did not come from a rich family. His father was a wool weaver. The family was not poor, but they were not powerful. Columbus did not have all the comforts of life, but he had curiosity. He loved maps. He loved reading about the sea. He loved listening to sailor stories. At that time, in the 1400s, the world was much smaller in people's minds. Europe knew about Africa, Asia, and of course, Europe itself, but the Americas were unknown to them. Many thought the world was flat. Sailors feared falling off the edge, but Columbus believed something different. From a young age, Columbus had a dream. He believed that the earth was round. He believed that if you sailed west, you could reach Asia faster. Why was this important? Because Asia had spices, silk, and treasures. But traveling to Asia was very difficult. The land route was long, dangerous, and controlled by powerful kingdoms. The sea route around Africa was also long and dangerous. Columbus thought he had a better plan. What if he could sail directly west from Europe and reach Asia? He believed it was possible, but he needed ships, money, and support. And this was not easy. Imagine yourself as Columbus. You have a big dream, but nobody believes in you. People laugh at you. They say you are crazy. They tell you to stop. But you hold on to your dream. This was Columbus's life. Columbus went to many kings and queens of Europe. He told them his idea. He asked them for ships. But most leaders said no. They thought his idea was foolish. They believed the ocean was too big. They did not want to waste money on such a dangerous plan. Columbus kept trying. He did not stop. Year after year, he asked for support. Finally, his persistence brought him to Spain. In Spain, King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella listened to him. At first, they also said no. But Columbus kept trying. He did not give up. And then, in 1492, Queen Isabella decided to take a chance. She agreed to give Columbus 3 ships. They were not the biggest ships, but they were enough. With these ships, Columbus was ready to chase his dream. On August 3rd, 1492, Columbus set sail from Spain. The sailors are nervous. They are leaving the safety of the land. They are going into the unknown. Days pass, weeks pass. The ocean is endless. Some sailors start to panic. They want to turn back. They say, "We will die. There is nothing here." But Columbus keeps pushing. He tells them to hold on. He believes land is near. Finally, on October 12th, 1492, after more than 2 months at sea, a sailor cries out, "Land!" They had reached an island in the Caribbean. Columbus thought he had reached Asia, but in truth, he had reached a whole new world that Europe did not know, the Americas. This moment changed history. Columbus met the native people of the islands. They were kind, welcoming, and curious about the strangers. Columbus called them Indians because he believed he was in Asia. He wrote about their friendliness, their culture, and their simple lives. But history is not only about discoveries. It is also about consequences. Columbus's arrival marked the beginning of great changes for the native people. Over time, many suffered. Diseases came. Land was taken. Cultures were broken. For Columbus, this was the start of his success. But for the native people, it was the start of a tragedy. Still, in the eyes of Europe, Columbus had done the impossible. He had crossed the Atlantic Ocean and returned with news of new lands. Columbus did not stop at one voyage. He made 4 journeys across the Atlantic. Each time, he explored new islands. He searched for gold. He searched for a passage to Asia. He dreamed of finding great wealth and new kingdoms. But his later voyages were not easy. Sometimes the seas were rough. Sometimes the sailors rebelled. Sometimes there were fights with the native people. Columbus also faced problems when he returned to Spain. Some leaders accused him of not managing things well. Some even took away his power. At the end of his life, Columbus felt disappointed. He never found the Asia he dreamed of. He never became as rich as he hoped. He died in 1506, still believing he had reached islands near Asia. He never knew that he had discovered a whole new continent for Europe. Columbus's journeys changed the world in many ways. The Columbian Exchange. After Columbus, plants, animals, food, and ideas moved between the Old World, Europe, Africa, Asia, and the New World, the Americas. Europe received potatoes, tomatoes, corn, and cocoa. The Americas received horses, cattle, and wheat. The world became more connected. Columbus's success encouraged other explorers. Soon, many ships from Spain, Portugal, France, and England crossed the Atlantic. New maps were drawn. New trade routes were made. The meeting of 2 worlds. Columbus's journeys brought Europe and the Americas together. It was the start of a new chapter in world history. My friend, you have listened to the story of Christopher Columbus, the man whose journey changed the world. He was a dreamer, a sailor, and an explorer. His story is not simple. It has light and darkness. It has success and failure. It has hope and pain. But above all, it shows us the power of believing in something bigger than ourselves.